So, what's up, y'all? I'm so pumped. So, we are just going to be talking about if you are new, what can you do to make some freaking money, right? How can you maximize the compensation plan? How can you get in this and make your investment back times a million? And what can we do to help you? And what tools are out there to help you as well? And so we're gonna have a couple people hop on. I'm gonna call on some people and that freaking exploded in their business in the first couple of days and months within their business. But we're also going to talk about mindset because that is such a big part of this business. Okay. And the reason that it is because you can look at this big business in so many different ways, but if your mindset isn't in the right place at the right time, like if your mindset is not thinking about this business in the right place, it's going to be really hard for you to be successful, especially when there's no confidence in what you're doing or what you're bringing to the table. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things that helped me get started, but I want to just introduce myself to you guys. So I got started about 3.5 years ago, literally for $500 a month, you guys. Like I was like, I need to get my hair and my nails done. And I had a 5-month-old baby who was cramping my style when it came to that and wasn't allowing me due to daycare expenses and all the other expenses that come with having a baby. What I was used to spending my money on wasn't available anymore. So I was like, well, this can't be it. So I ended up looking for different ways we could have extra income. Actually, my husband was like, doesn't everybody just have a side hustle? And I was like, yeah, I think so. Like, and he was like, well, what can you do? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what else am I supposed to do? You know, he works full time as a college basketball coach. And I remember seeing this girl post on social media about how she was making money from her phone. And she had posted about it for a while, but I just thought at that time, well, maybe I should reach out and see what she does. And so I reached out to her husband because I had known him briefly from college. And I was like, what is your wife doing? Like, is she actually making money? Like, how much? And he was like, yeah, she's making a lot of money. She's making about $8,000 to $10,000 a month. And I was like, wait, what? I was like a real money? Is this like Monopoly money? Like, what is this? And he was like, no, like real money. And so I was like, okay. I told Brian, my husband, I was like, if she can make 8,000 to 10,000, like I can make 500, right? Like $500 a month would have been for us. So, and I knew nothing. You guys, I literally knew nothing. I just got started. I was like, okay, like I'm just going to see what happens. And I'm the type of person, I'm always like, I would rather have an oops than a what if. Like, let me go ahead and try it and see what happens. I don't want to look back and regret not trying hard enough. And so I just went hard. And one of the tips that I'm going to give you right now is be ignorance on fire. Okay. You do not have to know everything right now. You do not. I repeat, you do not. Like there is no amount of training videos that you could watch right now or in the next month and a half that would let you know everything about there is to know in this business. And here's why, is because this business is constantly changing. Social media is constantly changing. We're having new products come out all the time. And that's the way it should be, right? Like you didn't get married because you knew everything about marriage. You didn't have a baby because you knew everything about having a baby. You did that stuff because you wanted it. Right. And if you want to be successful in this business, you can. So somebody told me once, ignorance on fire is way better than knowledge on ice. Okay. And that just simply means you can know everything and not do anything with it. Meaning you can have all the knowledge about this business, but if you're not putting it to work, you're still going to be broke. Okay. But once you just go, you're going to learn so much more by just doing it anyways. So I just did that. Like I literally, you guys, people were like, what kind of products you have? I was like, Erin, what type of products do we have? And she would like send me the message back and I'd be like, and she'd be like, okay, what do you do? And I'd be like, Erin, what do we do? And she'd be like, okay. So like literally I was asking her everything, like checking in with her, being like, okay, because I had no idea how to talk about it. And so I, in 3 months, somehow promoted to diamond, earned a $10,000 bonus. And I was like, my gosh, how did I just do that? And she just told me, like, I went ruby and I got $1,000 bonus. And she was like, all right, next month you're going to promote to diamond. And I was like, okay, I am. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, let's go. Like, what do I have to do? And she like told me what to do. And I was like, okay. So I didn't know, like, I was just doing it. And so don't get so caught up in what you know or don't know, because so many people have been successful by not knowing. guys, like I didn't even know what toner did for like 2 years in this business. Okay. Like I didn't know. And I finally figured it out, and it's literally one of my favorite products now. So there's like all this stuff that just don't overcomplicate it. So I got started, earned my diamond bonus. About 9 months after joining, I retired from my job, which I didn't even have the expectation to do that. I just really wanted to think about, okay, like what am I, what is this gonna do for me? And I realized I can make a lot of money, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can always go get a job, but I want to see where this can take me if I do it full time, because look at what I'm doing it part time. So I ended up stopping my job as a mortgage broker. Oh my gosh, it's literally almost 3 years ago, but 2.5. And so I've been doing it full time since then, and just rocking it out. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the people that I've met. I'm obsessed with just helping people find themselves, helping people like really get to the core of what their purpose is here, and just being able to inspire people throughout the process of what I'm doing. That's really probably been the coolest part. I mean, the money's great, don't get me wrong, and money allows you options, and options can provide a lot of freedom. And so that's been super cool, because I have 2 kids. I have a 2 and 3-year-old and a husband who travels a lot. So this has been such a blessing for us. So that's a little bit about me, but I just wanted you to know that part of it, because I did go through the struggles, right? And so we're going to talk about maybe some things that you're going through right now that you're like, is this normal? Is it normal to be like, what the heck is going on? So Brittany, I'm going to call on you, because I'm just so freaking excited to hear you talk. I'm about to get so hyped. So Brittany, tell everybody a little bit about like your journey when you got started and what you think was most helpful for you.
Hey, I'm Brittany, you guys. Welcome. I'm so excited. I am a newbie too, so I still consider myself a newbie. I think we all are in some way, because like Kelsey said, we're learning every single day in this company, you guys, and there's so much room for growth. But anyways, I think I signed with Taylor Flanders, but she signed me. I think we were going back and forth. Like I was just looking at some of our old messages since like April of this year. She posted information about the business, because she's a nurse and an RN, and I was an RN. So I was like, hey, what is this? Let me check it out. But I wanted to try the product first. I feel like I'm a believer. Once I put my mind to it, if I believe in something, like I can sell it, I can do it, whatever. So she signed me up with the wraps, and I was like, oh my God, I love these wraps. And so like she posted another post about, signing up. She was looking for nurses, and I was like, you know what, Taylor, I think I'm going to check this out. So I just took the leap of faith. I knew that it was network marketing, because I've done that before, but I was always like a little skeptical, because the ones that I've been involved with, they were just like, this isn't for me, and this company, oh my gosh, you guys, the first thing I want to say is self-development. The number one thing, like there's steps to success. I know you've all heard it by now, but that one is such an eye-opener, because it really makes you push your limit. It really makes you think like, oh yeah, I signed up for the money, but if I can't help myself, how can I help other people? And when I knew that was the first step in the steps to success, because I knew that there's always a method to madness with everything, but that being number one, I was just like, oh my God, this company, it's something greater than just, making money. And being an RN, I'm all about health and well-being and helping other people. So I was like, oh, this fits like perfectly into what I'm doing. And so that's kind of like a little bit about me. Like I went through a whole depression stage. I went through anxiety. I quit my nursing job, and I was like, what am I going to do? The hospital was not for me. So I kind of like was like, I need something else to do. I need some other form of income. And so that's kind of just a little bit of how I got involved. But I want to give you guys tips, and for me that I felt was like really helpful. Sorry, here I have them written down. I'm like coming from work, so I apologize if I'm all over the place.
No, it's awesome. Yeah, just tell them like what like couple of things that really helped you, and then maybe something that like now that is like you're like, oh my God, I need to tell my newbies this because I didn't know this.
Okay. The first one basically was, if you feel frustrated, overwhelmed, Like, this is too much information. You guys don't feel like that. If you do, you can always go to whoever signs you up, because that's what they're here for. The leadership and the teamwork is like amazing. I know there was a couple times where I felt overwhelmed, like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Why did I sign up? And then I go to that why. I'm always like, okay, why did I join this business, or why did I do what I do? And so that was like kind of huge for me. I would call Taylor and I'd be like, hey, Taylor, I'm feeling this way. What do you recommend? And she'll just encourage me. And having that and knowing that you're not alone, I think that is super huge. And then, like Kelsey said, I agree with her, is ignorance is bliss. Taylor literally was like, let's post this, and just post it. And I didn't know anything about the products. I didn't know anything about the company. And I was just like, my first post, boom, right off the bat. And I'm sitting there texting her, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what. And she would just send me what to say. And I think if you just have that motivation and that willing to learn, like, you're going to go places in, this business. There's room for growth, you guys. And another thing is, when you get no's, I know I've heard a lot of this, like, it's very discouraging when you get a no. Don't hold on to that. When you get a no, that means you're doing your job. You're working your business. I know that there was a couple of posts in our team chat that people were like, man, I did the steps all day. I messaged people, and then there was no response. I didn't get anything. Don't get discouraged by that, because you never know. You're basically advertising your brand. You're putting yourself out there. You're marketing. It's who you are. You're selling a product, and you're selling yourself, and people are going to believe that. The next few days, you never know. People, like, they see them. They're like, oh, she posted. I said no, but you'll get messages like back to back to back, and you'll be like, oh my God, like, so it pays off. Don't get discouraged. Just, take it one day at a time. Don't feel overwhelmed. And one other thing is host the post, you guys. I know it'll probably go, your trainers, your leaders, they'll go into it, but post the post if you feel like you can't do the 6 steps or whatever it is that's in the business. You can't, you're working part-time, or you're too busy, or you feel like it's, you're not doing enough. If you can just get 5 people to do a host to post for you, you'll get your messages that you need to. You'll reach and be able to talk to people and get LC signed up. That's how I did it. I was like, once host to post, Taylor taught me how to do it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gold, you guys. So there's a whole bunch of things that you can do. Don't feel discouraged. I think that's the biggest thing. And then just go for it. Remember, there's over 7 billion people on this earth, and we are a global company. We can reach out to pretty much anybody. So don't feel like our little world and our little bubble we're getting turned down by no's, because there's so many people we can reach and help out. And I hope that was helpful.
That was so awesome. I love it. That was so good. You're so sweet. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to piggyback off that Brittany said is that I love when she was talking about the no's, because the no's, you guys, listen, I remember I literally had this list. I was like, yep, I'm going to go Ruby. And here's the people that I have on my team that are going to go Ruby. And I messaged all those people after I got signed up, and womp, womp, womp. None of them signed up. Like, not my mom, not my best friend, not my sister, not anybody that I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, if I can't even freaking talk to these people about the products and make them seem interested, how the heck am I going to talk to like random people about this stuff? But you guys, you just don't understand that. People have seen so many people join businesses like this, okay? And they have to trust you. They have to trust that you believe in what you're doing. And once they see that you truly believe in it, that you're not just believing in it because it's making you a paycheck, but that you're believing in it and you're continuing to do it day after day, even when you don't feel like it, hold on. You're going to be amazed and realize that, oh my gosh, like, these people are coming back. Just like she said, the people that said no, most of the time, it's a not right now. Okay, they're coming back. But if they do say no, you guys, I'm being so honest when I say this. Like, and I know it might sound corny to some of you guys, but like, when people say no to the business opportunity, especially now, I literally feel sad. Like, I feel sad for them. Like, I don't feel sad for me because, like, I know, like she said, there's 7 billion people in the world. But I feel sad because I know what this business has done to change our family's life, and to think about the times that get hard for our family or whatever. And if I wouldn't have had this business, what would I do? Like what, like I feel sad for them because they're not going to know this, and that just the quality of my life. And so I'm not even sad. And like I said, it's probably going to sound super cheesy because if I would have heard somebody say this on the first time I got on a Zoom, I would have been like, this person is crazy. But I'm saying that because I want you to know like how much this business has truly changed my life. And so when I'm offering this business to somebody, I'm offering a gift. And I want you guys all to view it like this. You're offering people an opportunity or a gift. And if they say no, that's not on you. Our job is not to convince them that this is their fit, or this should work for them, or this should be this. Their time will come. Okay? Their time will come. Something will happen in their life where they need an extra source of income. They will come to a point where they want to change something in their health. You just have to do your part and be consistent about posting. Be consistent about doing what you love, and that you'll start to love this business once you start seeing everything that comes into play with it, and you open your life to it. You'll see the amazing blessings that follow, but you just have to present it like a gift. Think of it like this. If you applied for a job at Pepsi, and Pepsi, interviewed you, they brought you on for an interview and they offered you the job, and you were like, oh no, I'm actually going to take this job over here with Coca-Cola, or I'm just not ready right now. Okay. Do you think Pepsi closes down? No. Guess what? They offer the next candidate, right? Like there's probably 60 of those other positions open around the nation, and Pepsi's going to fill them. And people who say no, they're going to say, okay, next. Some will, some won't. Next. Okay, that has to be your mindset. And it's not being insensitive because you really do care about the person that you're talking to, but it's about knowing that there is more around the corner. Okay, so don't get caught up on the people who are rude to you. Don't get caught up on people. If people do have negative things to say, don't get caught up on that. Don't get caught up on the no's, but just also realize that when people tell you no, you're one step closer to a yes. The only reason I am freaking at a higher rank than anybody here is only because I've gotten told no more. Okay. It's not because I've never gotten told no. You guys, that's a funny joke. I get told no like probably 10 times a day. Okay. And that's okay. That is okay because I'm not concerned about the no's. And I honestly don't even know how many no's I get because I'm only talking about the yeses. And that's the mindset I want you guys to have. Okay, we're going to hear somebody else because I could just talk for a long time. Connie, where are you? Oh,
I'm here.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi. So Connie went Ruby, which is the rank where you can earn $1,000 bonus right now. She went Ruby in 45 days. And so I want her to share some tips. And now she's a double diamond. And so tell them just some of your secrets. What's the secret on?
Consistency is freaking key. I can't tell you enough to be consistent, and it will come. I think we think that somebody needs to comment on every single post that we have, or like every single post that we post about the business. But in reality, they're secretly liking it in their head, or they're secretly commenting in their head. And when you finally post that 75th millionth post that they're finally going to comment on, they're going to be like, I've been watching you for an entire year. I've been watching you for 2 years. And you're like, wait, what? You've never liked any of my stuff. They're watching you. So be consistent. Don't think you're going to get rich overnight, but know that you're going somewhere with this business, and you will be a ruby, diamond, double, triple. Like, you're going to get there. Just don't give up and take quitting off the table. What?
Is that all you have? Like, you're just trying to...
No, I'm just trying to think. So also when I first started, I mean, looking back, I wonder how the heck I went Ruby in 45 days. Cause like, it's just so rare now that, people can't just pop up and go Ruby. And so I think one of the things that I did right out the gate was I posted. and I posted and I posted and I posted and I posted, and I work full time. I still work full time. I do this business while working full time, and it's almost like 12, 13-hour days with traffic. So if I can manage this in this crazy life of mine, I mean, you guys can too. But I can't stress enough about posting, because that's the one thing I feel like that did get me to Ruby. It wasn't my family that helped me. My sisters blocked me on Facebook and freaking hated everything that I had. My extended family was probably the only people that supported me. My cousin that I hadn't talked to in years was my first customer. So don't feel like because your family is not supporting you does not mean that you're not going to be successful, because you will be. And I'm here to tell you that, because 2.5 years later, I'm still standing and going strong and stronger. So what else do I have? Stay close to your leaders. Keep in touch with your leader every single day. I think Kels came down to visit me. Not saying that I can do this for everybody on my Kels came like 2 weeks after I joined and had a launch party for me, and that I think that was one of the biggest things that has kept me in this business. But also having this like really close relationship with her, and you know, being like best friends with some of the top leaders on our team is what literally keeps me going in this business, because without them, I don't think that, you know, I could stand here all by myself. You know, just because we're leaders doesn't mean that we don't have struggles, or that we wake up and want to do this business every single day. You know, don't let our highlight reels fool you, because we do have struggles, and we do, like Kel said, get those no's. So
those were all really good, man. Maybe we should just end the Zoom now.
And I'm over here like not wanting to eat because I'm like nervous to like talk to everybody. So my appetite's gone.
Oh my God. You seem so nervous because you're like, yeah, so.
I was looking at myself in my camera before I got on.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks, Con. Love you.
Love you.
Okay, so here's the thing, and one of the things that I love that she said is just making sure that you realize that, you know, you're gonna have a really strong relationship with the person that enrolled you, and you should talk to them consistently, because success is gonna leave clues, you guys, and that's what we're trying to help you. Is we're trying to give you the clues right now, but stay close to the person that enrolled you if they're successful or if they're where you want to be. Okay. And maybe you enroll with somebody who just enrolled a previous day, and that's fine. Find somebody else, you know, who you see that you're like, yep, I want to be like that person. Like, I want to be where that person is at, because my number one advice, rule in life, not just in this business, but out of this business too. Don't take advice from somebody who you would not trade places with. Let me repeat it. Don't take advice from somebody who you wouldn't trade places with. So it's funny when people say, oh, well, my mom said, and I ask them like, oh, cool. Is your mom really successful? She really good. Is she really good with business? And they're like, no, she's been a homemaker for 35 years. I'm like, okay, well, just be careful. And I'm not trying to disrespect your mom, but like at the end of the day, like you have to be like, take where this source of information is coming from. Okay. Same thing, right? Like, if you're not gonna go to a marriage counselor if you've seen that marriage counselor go through 7 divorces, right? Like, it's the same type of principle. So make sure that you're also taking where this information is coming with a grain of salt. If you're hearing negative things about this business, if you're like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know what you joined. Okay, what are you doing? Like, if it's somebody, you don't have to be rude, but you just have to think that to yourself. It's like, what are you doing something that I would want to do? Because I'm not judging your life. So remember all of these things, that when you are building a business, not everybody is going to like you. Okay, that's just not it. But you have to keep going, because what's the alternative? Is you're going to be back where you were when you started. And that's not acceptable, or you wouldn't have joined this business. You all joined this business because you want more. Okay. And so what I want you guys to really think about is, what is that more? What do you want? 99% of people in life don't get what they want because they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. And so ask yourself, what do you want from this business? And I challenge every single person who's on this Zoom, message the person you enrolled with at least 2 things that you want out of this business. Okay? Message the person that enrolled you with at least 2 things that you want out of this business. Okay? Because I promise you, if you keep those on the forefront of your mind, because like Brittany said, when stuff feels overwhelming or when things get tough, and you focus on, oh yeah, but I want that new car. Or, oh yeah, I want that $1,000 paycheck, or I want that, $10,000 paycheck, or whatever it is. Those things are going to keep pushing you. Okay. So Gabby, where are you? Let me see if I can find you. Gabby, where are you? Oh, hi. Okay, hey, I'm gonna mute you. What's up? Okay, so Gabby is awesome. I actually didn't enroll Gabby, but I did her training, which is really funny. My kids were climbing all over me when I was training Gabby at like 8:00 at night, and she was in her office. So Gabs, tell them a little bit about like what your first couple of days were like, how overwhelmed you were, because I know you also worked a lot. And so you were already overwhelmed from your work, and then you threw this on top of it, and how you like want to balance, what advice you would give to somebody who's kind of going through something similar?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, it is true. Kelsey freaking trained me when I was at my office at 8:30 at night with Mac and Deuce running all over her. They would not go to bed. I was literally there until like 9:00 at night. And I was scared to death. Like, I was scared. She was telling me about all these things that I needed to do and all these things that if I wanted to be successful, this is kind of like the roadmap. And I was like, I'm at my office at 9:00 at night. Like, I was like, there's no freaking way. But what Kelsey said, and it's obviously stuck with me throughout this whole thing, and I blended it into my life. So it's not about balance. It wasn't about, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to sit down and I'm going to have to do this thing for 1 hour to 2 hours a day to get to where I want to go. Like, I was at work at 6:45 in the morning and I didn't leave until 8:30, 9:00 at night. Like, I didn't have a life. I woke up, I went to work, I ate, and I went back to bed, and I was up again. So I fitted into where I could. I was walking to the bathroom. I knew I had like 5 minutes between when I would leave my desk to when I would get back to my desk after going to the restroom. And I was like, okay, 5 minutes. How many messages can I get out? Like, seriously, it was like a game. Like, I was like, how many messages? How many people can I follow? And it made it so much more fun instead of it being something where I was like, oh my God, I didn't get my 50 messages out. I didn't follow my 100 people. Like, guys, we're human. But at the end of the day, like, it's all about, like, how bad do you want it? And I freaking wanted it. Like, I live alone in Chicago. Rent is not cheap. And so I was like, this thing could really change my life. And I joined for $300. $300. That's all I needed. And I just got charted for Diamond this past week. So I never knew that it could give me everything that I have. Not only the money aspect, but my team is freaking on fire. And let me tell you, ignorance on fire, my team is that. Like, the epitome of that. Like, they just threw themselves in, and that's what you need to do. You need to blindly trust the person that enrolled you, because you need to trust that they know what they're doing. And that's what I did with Kelsey and Caroline. And it was just something that I was like, okay, like, they know what they're doing. They're where I want to be. That's where I want to go. And let's go. And 5 months later, here I am.
I know, you're so freaking awesome. I love it. Okay. So tell them a little bit about, like, your first couple of days. Like, was it pretty positive? Like, were you feeling? Did you feel buyer's remorse? Were you like, okay, I don't know what I just got myself into? I know that, like, after I pressed the submit button and saw the confirmation page, I was immediately like, I don't know what I just did. Okay. So can you, like, any fears, I guess, that people are feeling, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can sell it to anybody, like all these things. What would
Sure.
you say to somebody that like, obviously that's normal, right? That's the first thing we want them to know, is that's totally normal. But how did you kind of move past that, right? And not let it just like paralyze you?
Yeah, for sure. So I think I got signed up on a Thursday. And that that following Saturday, like I was like, I went to this coffee shop and I brought my computer and I knew they had Wi-Fi and I was like, okay, I'm going to message people. And my palms were sweating. Like I was like, oh my God, these people are going to think that it's a scam, that this stuff doesn't really work. Like what am I doing when I'm 2 days in and I'm like, I don't even know what the wraps are. Like, and that's our main product. Like I was like, oh God, here we go. But I just I just got in my own head and I'm like, if all of these people are doing this and they're fitting it into their lives and they're trusting this process, like, so can I. And yes, I was scared to message, and yes, I was scared to post. And sometimes, like, I'm like such a perfectionist, and I thought that everything needed to be done exactly the way that it needed to be. But dang, like, if this isn't where I've come from, where I was five months ago, like, I would have tried to be on here with all my makeup on, all my hair done, and now it's just like, this is me. So like, yes, the first few days were scary, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I can't tell you how many times I called and texted Kelsey. She gave me all the answers to the test. I went straight after the people that I knew who already trusted me, which was my friends and family. And I was like, hey, like, I'm starting this thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Will you just like help? Will you please just help me make a buck, because I'm poor. But all that I can truly just recommend is lean on your upline and ask questions. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Like, I still text Kelsey like all the time, screenshots, like, I've never gotten this response. Like, we're working with people are unpredictable, sometimes they're mean, like, it just happens. And we've all gone through it, because yes, we've gotten a lot more no's and a lot more hell no's than you guys have, and you will get there. I promise you will. But just don't be afraid to just throw yourself in and believe in something like this, because it will absolutely change your life.
I just love you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sharing.
Girl.
And so one of the things that I'm going to touch on that she said is reaching out to the person that signed up with you. You know, like, you have to stay close to the fire. Success leaves clues, right? Like, that is something so important in this business. But the other thing is not only is your enroller a tool, but we have so many tools at our disposal on the team pages. Okay, you guys. And so make sure that with this, you are using the Lion Chasers, you're utilizing your team chats, you're utilizing the people and the things that we have in place to help you. And if you guys don't know what text replacements are, please just go search the team chat right now for the team page for text replacement. They're literally gold. Okay, it's gold. And I think that we can all overcomplicate this business. It's very easy to overcomplicate this business when you get in and you read all these things and you're like, okay, I need to be doing this, and I need to be doing this, and I need to be doing this, and 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 this. And I think the main thing that I want you guys to know is that you just need to talk to about 25 people a day about this business. Somehow, some way. You can do it through social media. You can do it through your phone. Through texting. You can do it through Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. I don't care. GroupMe, WhatsApp, all these other communication things. But just talk to people about the products. Talk to people about the business. Okay? It could be in person. You know, this business was around before there was even freaking Facebook, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I think. And it was going to be close, but anyways, it wasn't as popular as it is now, because we're 17 years old. But I just want you guys to realize that this business is just about communication. It's just about talking to people about what you have your hands on. Okay. And so really, that's what we're here for. And we're saying, hey, post this. It's because we want to help you talk to people about it. And guess what posting does? It reaches however many followers you have in 1 second. Okay. So instead of sending those individual message out, you're putting it on your page, you're putting it so more than one person can see it. And it's an awesome way to communicate with people about what you have your hands on. And if you don't know, go look at result pictures. Okay. And if result pictures don't get you freaking excited, then I don't know what will, because result pictures, we have some amazing stuff. Okay. So the last thing I just really quickly, so bear with me for, I know this is a little bit longer than we normally go. And I do want to make sure that I'm respecting your guys' time, but I want to just talk about messaging for a second. Okay. And the importance of getting your first 4 to 5 customers to get your shopping spree. You guys, get your first customer before August 3rd. If you join for the $20, okay? That is an extra $50, which in this business can buy you 2 extra products, okay? Just for enrolling 1 customer within your 72 hours. And just talk to them and ask them, what are your health goals? Like, do you have health goals that I can help you with? There are plenty of scripts on the team pages, and essentially that's what they're asking, okay? But basically asking what their health goals are, right? And then when you're talking to people, I normally normally message people, from Instagram or Facebook, and message them, and I say, hey, I love your profile. I think you'd be a perfect fit for being a product model for me. And do you have any health goals you're trying to meet, or would you be open to hearing more information? And when they say, sure, what products do you have? What products do you have to model or whatever? Then normally I just say, I give them a list of products. So I say we have a few all-natural products that range anywhere from fat-burning coffee to an anti-stress product to something that can help tighten the skin on your body. So I give them a few options of like my favorite products. And you can ask there's all this stuff on the team page, but I just want to walk you through it real quick. And so once they say that, then what happens is they'll say, oh my gosh, well, the hair product sounds so awesome. And I'll say, oh my gosh, I love the hair, skin, and nails. It's so awesome. It normally retails at $55, but I can get it to you for $33 by doing my 90-day challenge. And then they'll ask what the 90-day challenge is. Do not overcomplicate the loyal customer program. Okay. It's super, super, super simple. It just means that somebody's purchasing a product for 3 months in a row. The product can change each month. 1 month they could order wraps. The next month they could order hair, skin, and nails. And the next month they can order our anti-stress product or our keto coffee or whatever. After that, they're done. They get the 40% off discount the first time. And then after they complete the 3 months, they get the 40% off discount the rest of their life. So they get it upon joining, the 40% discount. Okay. So they get it the first month, the second month, the third month. Once they completed that 3rd month, they can stop ordering. Okay. But they can always come back and use that discount because they're considered then a customer for life. So they always get that preferred discounted rate of 40% off. Okay. So you will hear people talk about product model, product tester, 90-day challenge. There's a lot of other, but that is all a loyal customer. It's just different ways to talk about it. Okay. So don't get too confused. This business is so amazing. We have these Zooms every Monday night, and they're for anybody on our team to hop on. And so if you have questions, post them in the team page, ask your enroller, but know that you've been prayed for. Okay. Like, you might not know, but you've been prayed for to be here. And I hope that you guys know that everybody is grateful that you guys are here, and we want to help you. Okay. We want to help you. I love nothing more than to see people succeed in this business. And that's what we're about. There is no light that has to dim in order to make somebody else's shine brighter. Okay. So we are here to support, to uplift, to encourage. Don't think any question is dumb. I always say the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. Okay. So Charisma, you're going to get your one loyal customer. And after you get that one, you're going to be like, why did I think that was so hard? And you're going to get 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Trust me, I remember feeling that same way, girl. I was like, oh my God. It actually took me 3 weeks to get my first customer, you guys. If you didn't know that, fun fact. But then when I got that one, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can do it. I actually did it. And so just know that we care about your guys' success. This is not, we have to step on anybody to get over anybody else. We're all in this together. Nobody's better than anybody. We just might have had a little bit more experience. So please ask all the questions you can. That's the only way that's one of the best ways you can learn. And so I hope that you guys, this helped. Get on our team page. Anything that you need, we're all here. So love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you. And let's go rock it out so you guys can get your 150 shopping spree. Bye, guys.